saying that to where people can kind of get that visual in their minds. It was like sitting right on. It wasn't like you have a neck. It was sitting right on top of the shoulders, but it cocked its head, and I was just so scared as you could imagine. I took a couple steps back. And as I did, this thing takes off running. But it didn't take off running. You know how a deer will take off running away from you. This thing just ran right beside. I could have. He could have reached out. He could have took me out and buried me right where I was at. I stood there in front of the tent. He could have buried me. But it wasn't his purpose, I don't believe, to hurt me at all. But I kind of think them slapped on the head after I have all these years to think about it, may have been warning slap because you about to set the forest or my home on fire. You better be more careful. That's what I think. I have no idea, and I don't claim to know what Bigfoots are thinking. But that's just my thoughts on it. So he takes off running. He runs across the ridge. He runs out of sight, obviously, because it was pretty dark, and maybe like I don't know, maybe a quarter of a moon, a little sliver. It wasn't completely dark, but it wasn't much moonlight at all. And so the fire at that time was like burning embers. So when he ran across the fire, I could see the hair on this thing, maybe 2-3 inches. I'm guessing again, and he runs, and I could see like muscles flex. And so as I've thought about this over the years, I don't think it was anybody in the suit at all. It couldn't be. Why would somebody don a suit, climb a 400 to 500-foot hill, briars and thorn trees was up there galore, just to have a few laughs? Now, do you think that was a possibility? I personally, I don't, but everybody has their opinion on that. But anyhow, he runs across. My friend pokes his head out of the tent and says, "That was Bigfoot." I goes, "Bigfoot?" I go, "Is that what they call that?" He goes, "Yeah, here, man." He threw me a flashlight. I caught the flashlight. We didn't know what he was something to do when he smacked us on the head. And so I grabbed the flashlight. We takes off, run over the hill, camping, done for the night. I got all tore up, run down because of the briar. I didn't know where the stuff was at. I got the light shining just so I wouldn't run into a tree or something. And we're running full bore. He jumps over the fence by the barn. Well, I didn't see the fence, so I ran smack dab into it, and I flipped over. I flipped over the fence, and I got my foot caught in the square. They had them squares and they had a barbed wire on the top. I got my foot caught in the square. I had like a half boot on. I couldn't pull that thing out. I ended up being so scared, thinking maybe Bigfoot's behind me, barreling down on me. I pulled my foot out of the boot, and I ran down to the house by barefoot. And my other boot was on.